Timmy was 3 years old, they moved back to Jacksonville. They had a farm, and they had to chop wood, take care of their animals, do all the things that a young child growing up on a farm would have to do. Jimmy's dream was to be a quarterback.
But he was homeschooled. In 1996, legislation in Florida passed a law that said homeschooled children were allowed to compete in high school sports as long as they competed in the district that they lived in, which meant that Tim Tebow was to play for Trinity Christian Academy.
Trinity wanted him to play defensive end, but he wanted to get in right there and play quarterback. When Tim came in and transferred to Nice, he was a sophomore.
One of the eligibility requirements was they had to establish a residence in St. Johns County. So the family bought an apartment and lived in that apartment during the school year. Mom would live there and teach him during the day, and made such a sacrifice. For Tim Tebow, attention started coming at a very early age. Some of it was good attention, some of it was very negative.
There was controversy surrounding the family's relocation to put Tim in a better high school athletic situation.
There's always issues when you see a young player on the rise. Teams are always looking to find fault.
Tim didn't worry about it. We didn't worry about it. You know, we just went on and just wanted to play football.
Nice is where he became kind of a high school star.
Tim was a little bigger and a little stronger and a little more athletic than the kids he was competing against.
We started to win a lot of football games, and a lot of people come watch these high school games just to watch this guy play quarterback.
There are lots of stories about him that feel legendary, but some of them are true. When he was in high school, Tim Tebow played part of the game with a broken leg and scored a touchdown.
He received a lot of popularity. I mean, people knew then that he was going to become a superstar.
Even his opponents sometimes would ask for his autograph.
I first heard of Tim even before I wanted to hear about Tim. I got hired at Florida the minute the wheels hit the ground. You know, hey, are you going to recruit Tebow? What about Tebow? What about this? And I kept thinking, who is this Tebow?
I'll be playing college football next year at the University of Florida.
There was a lot of hype leading up to him being in Florida. When he would go out on the field, like, people were chanting his name before he was even a starter.
You're out of University of Florida. A fan knew who Tim Tebow was, but he still could go out in public.
In 2006, the national championship game against Ohio State, we were going in to score, and he started screaming at me, put me in the game. And he made a little hand signal that he's all heart. And he goes, I promise on my life I'll score, you know, I will score. And I put him in, and sure enough, he scored as a true freshman.
It was his first taste at stardom and at success.
The time was really exciting for Florida, but there was also this kind of like, okay, what's next? What's Tim going to do? What's next year going to hold?
There's only been one instance where somebody has won a Heisman Trophy as a sophomore, and that was Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Heisman Trust and everybody here for their support.
Didn't really change his personality, you know. Was very excited, felt very honored. I remember being out with him that night and feeling like possibly, you know, his mind was on bigger things.
Tim is a relentless competitor. He would put so much into something, and if it didn't work or it failed, you saw his emotions come out.
The great speech came after they lost to Ole Miss in a regular season game, and it took him about 2 hours to collect himself. And the media waited and thought he was not going to come out, and he finally did.
To the fans and everybody in Gator Nation, I'm sorry. Extremely sorry. But I promise you one thing. A lot of good will come out of this. You have never seen any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season. You never see a team play harder than we will the rest of this season. God bless.
I pretty much dismissed Tim Tebow. Didn't put a lot of stock in what he did, But what he really connected with me was the '08 National Championship game against Oklahoma. At halftime, my Sooners led slightly, but little did I know, in the Florida locker room, Tim Tebow was exhorting his teammates with a psycho speech.
We get the ball, I promise you one thing, we're going to hit somebody, and we're taking downfield for a touchdown. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. Look at me. Let's go. We got 30 minutes. Let's go. For the rest of our lives. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I sat in horror watching Tim Tebow take over the second half of the national championship game. He did it with his arm, he did it with his legs, and he did it with his intangibles. And it shut me down, and it made me a believer. This kid is special.
I've never seen quite a following from fans.
I'm a Gator Bunny. I ordered this in blue and then I made the rest of it, and it's
Tim was not really a ladies' man. However, contrary to everyone's belief, Tim definitely, always kept his eye on the girls.
University of Florida, known for its hot women, right? And you want to tell me that there's no way there haven't been so many girls that are like, hey, what you doing tonight, Tebow? Want to hang out? And every single time he's like, nah, I mean, maybe.
People wanted pictures, autographs, to just shake his hand.
We had security for him. He came to campus and had to park a certain way, a certain area. At practice, we had to walk him out the back gate and put him in a car and drive him up because people would just line up for autographs, and he'd give them all.
When you're the quarterback on a national championship team in a small town in Florida, you are the biggest movie star, rock and roll star, and sports star rolled into one.
What he did on the football field was better than anyone else, just flat out better. But when you looked at all the things that make a quarterback great, he didn't necessarily have those skills. And the NFL is a whole different ballgame.
The media will be on 24/7 alert, waiting.